Hi fellow crocheters, it's Janet with CrochetPatternsForBeginners.com. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today and from this point forward for this year, I have had so many requests to talk about what's my favorite book, what kind of crochet books do I like, what kind do I buy. Well, I buy a lot of them, and over the years I've collected them. I don't really ever resell them. Once I have a crochet book, I just consider it to be a reference book, and I really don't buy patterns anymore because I design my own, but I do like inspiration. And one of the things that I really do like in a book is that I see something different in it, that it inspires me. So let's get started with our first book of 2020, and this is a book called Crochetterie, and it's by Mola Mills, and the subtitle is Cool Contemporary Crochet for the Creatively Minded. This book has 271 pages, and it has 6 sections. I'm not going to talk about each section in depth. I'll just give a little overview for each one, and I want to talk to you about why I like this book, what I don't like about it, which is very, very little. So let's get started. Okay, the first section is just an introduction, and one of the things you'll notice right away about this book is it's pretty much eye candy for the crocheter. It's a very, very, very contemporary book. And what I like about this book is right here, this word cool. It says cool contemporary. When you look through it, you actually feel cool. You don't feel like a grandma. You don't feel like somebody that's just kind of like looking at like patterns, I don't know, that are just sort of out of date, and maybe they have a purpose here and there, but for the most part it's not something that you want to make, and it's not inspiring. But these designs, her patterns in here are very inspiring because they are what I would consider, they're functional. This crochet book has a lot of functional things in it. In fact, almost everything that she designs in here is functional. But like I said, there are 6 sections to it. The first section is things for the home. The second is clothes. The third are travels. The fourth is equipment. And the third and the fourth, I think you're going to find are pretty close together as far as like the concept of the designs and the patterns. The fifth is basic instructions, and we're not going to talk too much about that because she's just got your single crochet, double crochet, and you already know that. If not, you can get that on our video library, which is howtocrochetvideos.com. Okay, then the last section is maintenance, and that's an interesting section. We are going to get into that a little bit. Okay, so the first section is the home section, and that has 9 projects in it. And like I said, this book is photographed very well. She really did a good job photographing these. They're very inspiring photographs. So here we have a carry cushion, which is interesting because it's definitely different. The patterns are well written, but they rely heavily on the photos. So remember I said I was going to tell you what I like about the book and what I don't like about the book. I love the photography in the book. The photography in the book is very inspiring, but because she relies so heavily on the photography, I feel like some of these things for beginners, and remember, I think at a beginner level, I think at an advanced beginner level. I'm not thinking at an intermediate level, an advanced level, nothing like that. I think strictly for the beginners because I believe that everybody should be challenged, but at the same point in time, most patterns should be understandable enough so that even if you're a beginner, you could go into a more detailed pattern as long as you know the basics. So the thing that I do like about this, though, is she brings in contemporary things, like she uses leather, she talks about sewing, and that to me is really, really interesting. Then the next project is a storage basket, a log carrier, which I thought that was really neat. a rug. She's got several rugs in here. I really like this check rug. This is like a take on buffalo plaid. It's really different. But it's also, like I said, it's very contemporary. And her designs are just really functional. Another rug. She has a lot of rugs in here. This, just ignore that. We're just going to go right over that. She does talk about design, graphic design, like how to, she incorporates some typography into this book. So if you like typography, you would like this book. She goes into pretty good detail on how to do that. I know some people don't know how to do that. It's very easy. It's carrying yarn, and stick with me throughout this year, 2020, guys, because we're going to have a lot more of that, because that's my thing for 2020. So I'm going to be doing some graphs. I'm going to be doing a lot more typography, and I'm also going to be doing some bobble stitch patterns. So we'll look forward to that together. This is an interesting one, a speaker cover. Like, you never see that, right? That's just so... And then she also goes into filet crochet, which I think is wonderful. If you like filet crochet, it's just a very, it's done by graphs. And again, we're going to talk about that too, but she goes into it enough, and she really does give you the information that if you've never done it before, you can do it. Okay, so now we're into the clothing, section 2. And there are 8 products in this section, clothes. And she has like a really cool chain. I just really like those chains. That's a really neat thing. This first jumper, this first sweater is very, and you could tell she's European because they call sweaters jumpers. But I think that's really up to date. Some fingerless mittens. A really cool neck warmer cowl. A little bow tie, that's easy, but see how she incorporated the leather, and she shows you how to do that, which I think is really cool. And this is a good book if you want to, like, maybe even start a crochet business where you're actually making things. This book is inspiring. She has another book, and I'm going to review that one a little bit later, but this woman puts everything together, brings up contemporary pieces into crochet because she adds texture to it by leather, sewing some things, that sort of thing. So it's really inspiring that way. We have some slippers here. And though this is a very simple pattern, I looked this pattern over extensively. It's a super easy pattern if you want a pair of slippers that actually have a little bit of a sole in them. She's got that, and it's just felt, so it's readily available for anyone to grab. And a little bowler hat. I love bowler hats. Very contemporary, very up to date. She shows you how to do that. A t-shirt scarf. How to take a t-shirt and make it into a scarf. The last section is travels. And this is where she's got, or I'm sorry, section 3, not last section, but section 3 is travels. She has a lot of like bags, things that you can carry. I really like this bike bag. It's a very simple pattern, but because you add the leather, it really brings it up to date. And she even covers how to make labels, which I think is just absolutely fascinating. I love this bag. It's a brick pattern. If you get this book and you really want to learn the pattern, it's so simple. You'd be so surprised that you could make something like that. And then she talks about, like I said, how to add the buckles, how to add the leather pieces. This is interesting. I thought this is just a simple tote bag that you can purchase just about anywhere. You can even get these at Walmart, for goodness sakes. But she makes an anchor for it. And that's a really good idea. You could turn that into something really cool. Like if you learn how to make different appliques, you could sew them on tote bags, and it looks kind of mid-century to me. I like it. And see, look, the pattern is simple. It's a very simple pattern, very doable for beginners. Can carriers, we could all use those. They're very handy in the summer and even in the winter for coffee. Another bag. And here she's using like a graph gan where you carry the yarn and you make a pattern over it. And knitting, it's called Fair Isle knitting. Here's a Grafgan. Here she has another take on the buffalo plaid. Her buffalo plaid. I like her buffalo plaid, how she does it. She does it a little bit differently. It's not hard. It's just different. So I like it. And then here she's got sewing instructions. So if you ever wanted to learn how to mix media, take your crochet to a higher level, this book is definitely for you. And again, it's laid out very well. Section 4 is equipment. There are 7 projects in this section. I love this. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? A yard chain. And she goes into photographic detail. Again, on this one, I like this pattern. This pattern is easy. The photographs really help. They say it all. Here she just has a strap, which is interesting. Football bag. She's got a lot of photos with that. Bunting. Bunting is a very popular thing. If you learn how to do this, just the basic shape, you can make many different things. This is really popular for babies. So once you get this filet crochet technique down that she goes through in here extensively, you could start making your own bunting for babies, etc. And that would be something that you could definitely sell. A travel mirror, that's interesting. It's just a circle. A mat bag, that would be something that is neat, maybe for yoga, something along those lines. Yoga, carry your yoga mat. A little game. She actually has a game that I think this is so cute. It's just a little basket, but it's in the form of a beehive with little bees. How cute is that? Seriously, look at that. It's adorable. And what little kid wouldn't want that and get them away from video games, right? She does such a good job with this. Okay, now we're into section 5. And this is where she goes into the labels, how to make labels, which I don't know if that's something applicable, but it's in there. It talks about making like a little bracelet, crocheting in the round, how to change. And then she just gives out her techniques in here. Another thing about this book in the end here, she actually shows you how to whittle a crochet hook, which, wow, that's very ambitious, but it's really neat. If you maybe have a husband that likes to do this sort of thing, I think this would be the perfect project to work on together. And she actually goes to that. This, quite frankly, is a topic that, as a crocheter, we all need to be aware of, but nobody ever talks about it. Sitting for long periods of time, as we all know, is not healthy. In fact, I am delivering this video to you standing up. I've really learned through crocheting and knitting that it is so important to stretch, and it's important to get up and to just move around as you're working on a project continuously. Set a timer if you have to. Every 10-15 minutes, just stand up, walk around, because you're really going to damage your body if you just keep sitting there and crocheting all the time. I know it's fun, but you've really got to do some stretches. And she has some really good exercises in here. They're very basic, very simple, but they will help you from getting a backache when you crochet. You know, I just think that this is really neat that someone actually spoke of this and included it in a book and took the time to photograph some stretches that are basic that anyone can do. And then the back of the book, and we're done. This, again, is a book for people that really want to learn modern crochet, that want to like step out and maybe add some accessories to their piece to make it functional. That's what Crochetterie is all about. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll put the link in case that this is something that you want to get for yourself. I'll put the link to the book below. Thanks again, and have a great day.